Assalamu alaikum. Today we are going to learn about the rectus sheath. आपने rectus sheath के आगे लिखना है this is a VIP question which often comes in the prof as in SEQ, and if don't then it comes in MCQs. It is oftenly asked in Viva, so it is a very important question. Keep in mind आता क्वेश्चन क्या है कि फंक्शन क्या है रेक्टस शीथ का या इम्पोर्टेंस क्या है रेक्टस शीथ की, एंड ऑल्सो हाउ इट इज़ फॉर्म्ड. तो फॉर्मेशन ऑफ द रेक्टस शीथ इसका मेन है, या इसके फिर कंटेंट्स पूछ लिए जाते हैं कि इन्यूमरेट द कंटेंट्स ऑफ रेक्टस शीथ, बट सबसे ज़्यादा आने वाला क्वेश्चन है फॉर्मेशन ऑफ द रेक्टस शीथ. सबसे पहले तो वी शुड नो दैट व्हाट इज रेक्टस शीथ. एज द नेम शोज दैट इट इज अ शीथ दैट शुड बी कवरिंग द रेक्टस एब्डोमिनस मसल. Yesterday we talked about the anterior abdominal wall muscle, where we were talking that there are four. Those are external oblique, internal oblique, transversus abdominis and rectus abdominis, right? So rectus abdominis is a muscle which is having a sheath, aponeurotic sheath, and that is going to be known as rectus sheath. Now comes the question that what should be the function of the rectus sheath, why God has created this sheath. That is going to be that it stabilizes the pelvis during walking, as it is covering the rectus abdominis muscle, and also there is a small muscle which is known as paramedalis. It is covering both of them, and after covering both of them, what it is doing, it is giving a protection, also a mechanical support to the viscera, and during the compression of abdominal viscera it gives them support. Also it stabilizes the pelvis during walking. So these are the important functions of rectus sheath. Now how it is going to be formed? For its formation we should know that it is forming in 3 stages or in 3 phases. What are those 3 phases? Rectus sheath formation above the costal margin is different, while midway between the costal margin and arcuate line it is different, and below the arcuate line its formation is going to be different. So when the question comes that just write the formation of rectus sheath, just mention that above the costal margin formation is like this, midway between the costal margin and arcuate line it is going to be like this, and then below the arcuate line. Now the question comes, what is arcuate line? But the arcuate line is basically a demarcation line, and it belongs to the posterior leaflet of the rectus sheath. Means the posterior end of the rectus sheath, posteriorly where rectus sheath ends, there this line starts, and this line is known as the arcuate line. So it is basically a demarcation line demarcating the posterior wall of the rectus sheath from the line, right? Now above the costal margin, how it is going to be formed? If you remember this diagram, आपको कभी नहीं भूलेगा कि how it is formed. Instead of doing that ratify thing, just go with the diagram and you are going to understand the concept very well. So above the costal margin what happens? This is rectus sheath, right? So RS, this is rectus sheath. This is beta external oblique muscle, and 5, 6 and 7 costal cartilages. So above the costal margin क्या होगा कि rectus sheath anteriorly it is formed by the external oblique muscle, and posteriorly the wall is deficient and rectus sheath lies on 5, 6 and 7 costal cartilages. While midway between the costal margin and the arcuate line, rectus sheath के पास सबसे ज़्यादा स्टेबिलिटी होती है या सबसे ज़्यादा कवरिंग होती है मसल्स की. कैसे? पहले ये मैंने एक्सटर्नल ओब्लिक बनाया, देन इस तरह से हमारे पास बनेगा इंटरनल ओब्लिक. तो आप देख सकते हैं कि इंटरनल ओब्लिक के 2 लेमिना बन रहे हैं. एक लेयर ऊपर से आके रेक्टस शीथ को कवर कर रही है और एक नीचे से आके कवर कर रही है, एंड देन देयर इज गोइंग टू बी ट्रांसवर्सिस एब्डोमिनस मसल. तो कैसे होगा कि जो एंटीरियर वॉल है रेक्टस शीथ की, जो एंटीरियर वॉल है रेक्टस शीथ की, दैट इज गोइंग टू बी फॉर्म्ड बाय एक्सटर्नल ऑब्लिक मसल, एंड एक लेमिना जो है वो ऊपर जा रहा है रेक्टस शीथ के, एंटीरियरली आ रहा है, तो दैट इज द एंटीरियर लेमिना. सो एंटीरियरली रेक्टस शीथ इज फॉर्म्ड बाय एक्सटर्नल ऑब्लिक मसल एंड एंटीरियर लेमिना ऑफ इंटरनल ऑब्लिक मसल, while posteriorly rectus sheath is formed by posterior lamina of internal oblique and transversus abdominis muscle. Then comes the below arcuate line. Below arcuate line फिर rectus sheath बनेगी. All lamina of all three muscles are going to become anteriorly. So here external oblique, internal oblique and transversus abdominis come anteriorly in front of the rectus sheath. So rectus sheath anteriorly it is going to be formed by aponeurosis of external oblique, internal oblique and transversus abdominis muscle, while like it was above the costal margin below arcuate line it is going to be posteriorly deficient. Okay, posteriorly it is going to be deficient. और यहाँ पे फेशिया पड़ा होता है, उस फेशिया को बोलते हैं ट्रांसवर्सैलिस फेशिया. ट्रांसवर्सैलिस फेशिया आई एम गोइंग टू टेल यू, ये ट्रांसवर्सस एब्डोमिनस को जो है पोस्टीरियरली कवर कर रहा होता है ये फेशिया, तो इसको जो है फेशिया ट्रांसवर्सैलिस बोलते हैं. तो रेक्टस शीथ above the costal margin and below arcuate line posteriorly deficient है. तो above costal margin जो posteriorly deficient it lies on 5, 6, 7 costal cartilages, जबकि below arcuate line it lies on the transversalis fascia and anterior it is formed by external, internal oblique and transversus abdominis muscle. For the knee diagram, you can see this diagram. This is abdominal wall muscle rectus sheath. So see, rectus sheath is anteriorly by the external oblique, costal cartilage is posteriorly. Rectus sheath in between external oblique and anterior lamina of internal oblique is going to be formed anteriorly, and posteriorly it is posterior lamina of internal oblique and transversus abdominis, while below the arcuate line तीनों muscle के aponeurosis comes anteriorly and posteriorly it lies on transversalis fascia. So your assignment for today is going to be that you have to draw this diagram for us, and you are going to send me and I am going to mark your attendance on these basis. Thank you so much.